What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Spotlight. We are here filming episode number 5.
Yeah,
we're at the halfway mark through our first season. Finally here. For those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, make sure you go back and look at our previous 4 episodes and check out our featured artists for those episodes. I'm your host, Dante Nicholas.
And I'm Tony Brown.
We have a special guest here with us today who we've been trying to get on the show since the beginning. But finally, we've got her here. Can you introduce yourself?
Certainly. My name is Miss Anaya Devore. I'm a resident of Columbia, South Carolina. My Instagram, it's Anaya Kinsey. Facebook, Anaya Devore. Twitter, that's for those special people. But you can also catch me at some of the local bars here in Columbia. PT's 1109 on Wednesdays and Saturday nights, and Fridays at Vice in KC, South Carolina.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm excited.
Finally.
We've been trying to plan and just missing each other with the tapings and the dates and stuff.
No, scheduling is so crazy.
We're all busy people. That's what you get in Columbia, busy people.
Making money moves.
We want to give a shout out to the Right Wellness Center. For letting us use their facility to film the show. Also, we want to give a shout out to the 2019 Columbia Black Expo that happened yesterday. There were a lot of great organizations there, along with a lot of other businesses around Columbia, such as the Right Wellness Center.
We were there too.
Did you happen to attend?
No, my invitation got lost in the mail, obviously. I didn't get to go.
2020. We gotta make sure she get an invitation.
Yeah, I mean, it was a thing. It was really busy. I think it was better than last year's, so that means something. It had its own Greek village, so all the Greek people were in another place separate from everybody else, which was cool because sometimes we rally. There's a lot of us going on, and but it was good. I think it went very well. I couldn't stay the whole time. Sorry for those who were looking for me. I had to work, so. But it was really good. I saw all the little famous people, all the people that are on the radio. I don't know their names. I don't listen to the radio anymore. But I know their face. Like the ones on the gospel channel. People on 103.9 were there, 101.3. All the people were there. So it was really cool. It was packed.
The actor and author Hill Harper was there. Taking photos and signing his books. Yeah.
And April Ryan spoke too.
Yeah.
She did a lot. So. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Now, did they do like a show? Because I remember last year they had the stage set up and that whole area. They did the show, but I didn't see all of that this time.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think a lot of the black folks went to the Taste of Black Columbia or something like that. The Black Taste of Columbia or something, and that was at the Art Museum.
Okay.
Friday night, and they had Lettucey performing.
Okay.
And so I heard it. Yeah, you miss Lettucey?
I heard her on the radio, but I thought she was coming to the expo. I didn't know she was going to the.
No, she performed on Friday, and I heard it was really good. She's like serious. Sometimes you forget because she's so cool and chill. You're like, oh, she's gonna be regular. No, she came with security. She had like guards. She had all the setup. They were serious about where the exits and entrances. It was crazy, but she did really well apparently. I couldn't go to that either. No one bought my ticket. So.
Don't feel bad.
And actually, I just saw a post on Facebook where they're advertising the Essence Festival, and Lettucey's going to be doing the Aretha Franklin tribute at the Essence Festival.
Oh, nice. Okay.
When is that?
It's usually the beginning of July, like the first or second week of July.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we know where it is?
Usually in New Orleans.
Road trip.
Okay, I'm gonna go. They had it last year in New Orleans, and I wanted to go. And one of my coworkers went, and she was telling me about how great it was, and all these shows and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, how much was it? She never did tell me how much it was, so I don't.
Because if you remember
trust it.
The movie Girls Trip, they filmed it while being at the Essence Festival.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie yet.
What? Oh, we gotta see that. We gotta see that.
You gotta do a movie now.
You gotta see that. That movie made Tiffany Haddish's career. It really did. Like she was already doing stuff. She was already a stand-up comedian, but that movie really made her. So yeah.
And Jermaine Dupri is performing. Jermaine Dupri is performing at Essence. Hopefully he'll do a So Def reunion. I don't know. Hopefully.
Put it out in the universe.
Yeah. Alright. So the next topic we're going to be talking about is Lee Daniel and Steve Harvey both lost 2 jobs this week.
Who cares? Sorry. Sorry. What happened? Go ahead, finish, please. I'm sorry.
I didn't say it. Lee Daniel and Steve Harvey, I didn't say it. Lee Daniels' show Star was canceled, and we all heard about that. Shortly after that, they released a statement about the next season of Empire, that Jussie Smollett was not going to be on there. The cast wrote letters to the production team, to Fox, asking them to bring Jussie Smollett back, because allegedly because of that letter, they decided to just cancel Empire after the next season. Also, Steve Harvey's talk show, Steve, that's the name of the show. I always thought it was Steve Harvey's show, but Steve was canceled and is being replaced by Kelly Clarkson's talk show coming 2020.
Wow.
And he also lost his hosting gig with the show Little Big Shots. He has been replaced by Melissa McCartney.
So did he say like some racist joke or homophobic joke or something to make him lose all of these things? Like,
Now, that would have been the first thing that it posted up.
That's what I'm saying. But maybe it's the powers that be that know about it, and they just didn't we didn't want to ruin his career, but we're just gonna go ahead and cut him off on some things. Like, I mean, like, what happened that all of this is happening at the same time?
That's what I'm curious to know. In my mind, I thought it probably was because of the debate between him and Monique on the show.
Really?
Because of, she did acknowledge and he acknowledged that they had conversations behind the scenes where he admitted that she was doing the right thing, but went on camera and said that she wasn't doing the right thing. And because of that, along with Cheryl Underwood and some other people, and because of that, that's when she kind of went downhill. And then he went on the show, had the little debate and everything. So I thought it might have been because of that. I don't know.
As he said, this is his 62nd chapter in his book, and he has his finger on his next page. So it might be something different.
Yeah.
And you know how a lot of artists or celebrities, they tend to get so many different projects.
Yeah.
So they have to let one
sometimes.
or two projects go in order to be able to pick up some more projects.
Yeah.
So it might be conflicts.
Yeah. I agree with
Like
that.
my mother, Tyra Banks, she had to give up her show in order to pursue something.
Oh, I didn't know she gave up time.
Which, for the last 2-3 cycles was not the best because she wasn't there.
Right. I did hear about that.
But she still was kind of behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. Still making money off of it.
Right,
Sure.
right. Because it's her name.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't she get a new hosting gig recently? I think she was a guest judge on X Factor or something.
Well,
like
no,
that.
she hosts
America's
America's
Got
Got
Talent.
Talent.
There you go.
She
And
replacing
then
Nick Cannon.
they did the all-star type thing. And then Terry, that's his name? I don't know his name. The musical guy.
Cruz. Yeah.
Terry Crews.
Yeah. He was there and they had a whole new
Oh. Okay.
panel.
So.
Well, I would justify what I said, who cares about it? Because, I'm sorry. I don't have Steve Harvey money. I don't have Lee Daniels money. You lose one show that needed to be canceled. And so, I'm just kidding. For those who like the shows, Empire's next. Anyway.
Star can be canceled. I've never got into Star.
Right.
I never seen.
Kind of hit me a little hard.
I haven't
Who
seen
watched
it.
Little Big Shots? Who was sitting there oh my God, I cannot wait.
Because you
Big
can
Shots.
actually get your kids on there.
Well, that's
It'll be cute.
It'll be another show to come out. Well, no. They still have Little Big Shots.
That's still
They
going.
just replaced
And I'm
Steve
excited
Harvey.
about that because I love Melissa McCartney.
Yeah, I love her. She's awesome. It's the time of the white woman. But I just don't care. Steve Harvey, they have so many different business ventures. Like you were saying, they have money coming from all types of places: commercials, movies, and television, and then their royalties from old stuff. I'm not
Because they're going to continue to do reruns of his show until Kelly kicks in.
Yeah,
And
she's not
Star
coming
was
until
a
next
big.
year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think that led from you know, her hosting all of the award shows and doing a great job doing it. Like, you know, she can actually read a teleprompter. You know, apparently that's a hard thing to do. Because I saw some of the other folks, they couldn't read. They couldn't read it, you know, Jennifer Hudson.
Welcome to the 57.
She was reading out there. Sound it out, baby. Sound it out. I didn't know what to tell her. I was like, I'm confused. I mean, the words are literally there. But, you know, it is what it is. I could have done it.
I mean, nerves get the best of people sometimes.
Yeah. But, like, my thing is, Jennifer Hudson, how many times have you been on stage? A lot.
But she sang.
She sang. She got to think about nothing. She's
right.
Like,
you have to hold like
energy.
words.
Now she got to sound out these words and think about, like, ooh, I'm going to skip that one. I don't
Those words that actually come pretty quickly.
That's a heavy word.
And maybe that day just wasn't a good day for her.
It might.
You know, she's going to do a custody battle.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Bless her heart.
We're going to pray for her.
Yeah. That's about all we can do. And then, you know, everybody has to tie it into the past drama. They have to connect the dots. And they're tying Monique into it. And they have all the memes going. Saying that she's probably sitting back happy. But she actually went on her YouTube series with her husband, Sydney. And she commented about it, about the whole situation. And she said that we should never be happy for somebody's downfall.
Especially the black folks.
Exactly. Regardless of what they've done in the past, we should never celebrate somebody's downfall.
I need to put that on a t-shirt.
For real.
Yeah.
And wear it at the bar.
I mean, but then my question too, if like for Monique, is like, so what all are you doing? Can we get her hosting? Because I don't think she's that famous now. But I'm just saying, can she come on the show? But no, I mean, it's just like, so what is going on like in Black Hollywood right now? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
You know, we got Justice Smollett going through his issues, and he's still showing up at stuff acting like ain't nothing happened. I still want justification. I want to read the book. I want to see the documentary. I want to hear all the lies. But I still want to know about that situation. But there's like, I was like, what's going on with Black Hollywood right now?
I think everybody is kind of laying back in a sense and letting all of the newcomers come on.
I guess it might be. I mean, who? Tiffany Haddish? Like that's a newcomer. She be like, y'all, yeah. I'm like, girl.
She ready.
She ready. She got how many new cars? Everybody was buying her a new car.
Can I get one?
Yeah, I'm just saying. She didn't give me a ride yet. I don't like her. She didn't give me a ride in her car. But I'm just kidding. She's a friend.
But I was surprised because I think Monique is actually still doing her residency in Vegas.
Is she? Good.
She's
Good
in
for her.
Vegas.
Good for
And I
her.
thought it was supposed to end in March, but it's been now.
She's going to tour.
I would be happy with that.
Yeah, I would too. I might not be able to afford to go, but I would still like her to go on tour. Township Auditorium. Right now.
She got
I thought she went there before, last year.
Yeah, she
Wasn't she there?
Yeah, she was. She need to come back. We need to be on the road.
Maybe after her residency, she'll do a tour. Her and Steve Harvey can team up together.
And
we recently saw the Met Gala. All of
my favorite look, Janelle Monáe. I absolutely adored and loved what she had on. A few others was Celine Dion. I can actually see myself in something like that on stage. Jennifer Lopez, that looked like something she had just lurking in her closet, and she was just like, oh, that's camp. Let me use that. No, girl. You just had that in your closet, and you just had to pull that on out because we've seen that in your video.
right.
Try again. Billy Porter? I think it's his name. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can see somebody either at Capitol or PT is trying to pull that look off.
Can I get the guys to carry me in? Though?
Right,
I don't want to just walk in like
First-
that. No, I need to be carried in.
Yeah. Be like, okay, we're taking an audition. We need you to be at least 240 pounds.
And I need you to be strong.
And we need you to all be 6'4".
That's what Monique said. You remember one of her stand-ups, she had said that she was like, there was one in the back, he was kind of shaking. And I was like, you better go eat something. Do some push-ups on the break or something, because I will fall.
I'm going to have to try that for Outfest that's coming up June 2nd. But yeah, I might try that for one of those shows. Y'all might see some people. Don't try to run up and try to outstage me.
I would never imagine.
We know you would do something like that.
One diva, one mic. That's what we're doing. That's it. That's all.
But one look I didn't too much care for was Kim Kardashian. That one I didn't too much.
It was supposed to be like
She
was coming out of the ocean.
Yeah,
she was
and
red.
it looked more like a wet butt.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
Made my skin crawl a little bit.
Yeah, it looked kind of like alien in a sense. Like it just wasn't cute.
Yeah, but those were my favorite looks. What were yours?
My favorite look overall was Lady Gaga.
Looks, because you know, looks. Yeah. She said, "I'm about to perform for all that."
That was my number one favorite. Also, Cardi B.
Oh, the red. That's right. More the burgundy-ish thing.
I like Billy Porter also. There was somebody else. I didn't like Nicki Minaj's look. I get on Nicki Minaj so much.
That was another. Oh, that's in my closet. I just pulled that out.
Yeah, it's like we didn't see that outfit
pictures.
too many times.
I don't remember even seeing pictures of Nicki Minaj.
It was like tangled bed sheets. Like, you know, you get out of bed and you just, you know,
wrap up in the sheet.
Right, and you walking through somebody else's house that
you know, the front part of the sheet is a little short, but the back is like an extra long train.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't see any pictures of them. I wouldn't have wasted my film either. But I was thinking, my favorite was Sierra. You know, I think she had on a green dress or something like that.
Yep.
Was it? I'm not the biggest fan of green. Kind of like Michelle Visage, but I don't really like green, but it looked really good. Like she looked like a Nubian princess or goddess, and she had all these dogs and cats and furs in her hair. It was like, girl, all these wigs she got on, but I saw, we were talking about earlier, she couldn't move. Every time she turned, she knocked people over and hit somebody. But she just looked gorgeous, and then to be like, she's really tall, so it it kind of balances out for her. You can't do that if you're short, so.
Did you see when she was on the red carpet with Big Freedom? When Big Freedom was performing? Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
She had a whole different look. It was a black look. She had the 2 puff balls.
Really?
And she was on the red carpet turking.
Oh, I
guess she was performing. You know, she was turking.
Yeah, next year maybe I'll get to go to the Met Gala.
I think we should do a Met Gala.
But okay,
that would be so awesome.
So my question though, what is your understanding or idea, both of you, of camp? Like, what does that mean to you? And I'll tell you what I think it means.
I'm going to tell you, I hear a lot of people talking about it, but I don't have the slightest idea what it means, what they're referring to. I just hear everybody saying it.
Coming from a world that you deal with a lot of different entertainers and entertainment, like, when I heard of camp, I was thinking like, oh, it's just going to be some crazy, quirky costuming. And actually, that's what it boiled down to. It was just over the top. Because I work with some very over the top entertainers, and they're considered camp. So to actually see that, it's like, it's still pretty, but it's still over the top for their norm, because they're used to wearing Donna Karen or some other person or new fashion designer, but then they come out with these crazy things like Janelle got a eye winking, or Katy Perry wearing chandeliers, and Celine Dion's like, I'm gonna take all the fringe in the fabric store and put it on my garment. So
I think that's what I think too. I think I take it even deeper to like just have fun. Like let's not be so serious about this stuff. Like we accentuate, we go extra, we go big, and it's like to make a fun statement. Like this is not realistic, but we're just gonna have fun with it anyway. And that's why I think I didn't like Kim K's look, because it wasn't really camp to me. Like that wasn't different. That was her. That was regular. And as somebody has said, like, but she does have an accentuated butt and breasts all huge and all that kind of stuff. But girl, we see that every day. There's nothing different about that. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I always thought. When I see camp, depending on where I go, it's a little different everywhere. I've seen some things. But I mean, that's just what I expected out of people. And like Janelle Monáe, she showed up like looking like I was like camp. That's for real. That's
she
for
like
real.
a painting.
Yeah,
Like
for real. So I like it.
Another look that I liked was Kim's sisters, Kendall and Kylie. The orange and the purple look.
Yeah,
I don't know why I liked it, but I liked it.
That was the one with the cups like this and the.
It reminded me, and you've seen the videos and the memes and everything. It just reminded me of white chicks, like when they came out looking crazy. Like that's what it reminded me of, and I was like,
I thought you were about to say Fanta girls. I was like the Fanta girls.
I was that one too.
Not Bath. Not Bath. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Allegedly they look. Don't sue us, Kim Kardashian and your family.
But I'm sure they see what's out there because they're into what people are saying.
Yeah. I mean, like I don't understand what happens after the runway, the walk through the red carpet, because nobody talks about anything else after that.
That was going to be my question. Like, is there, after you do the red carpet and the pictures and all of that, is there like a
after party?
Yeah, like a banquet or anything?
Yeah.
Or
it actually is. No, they
Yeah.
actually go and eat and there's speakers and because I was actually there. Y'all didn't know that? I was there. I was serving them with the drinks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shucks.
Did you get some selfies and pictures with some people?
No, I couldn't because I was trying to be professional and just be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to spill anything on the expensive garments.
Well, I'm trying to take a picture.
Right. And then my boss was like, you need to get back to work. So.
See, I am so jealous. Is that how I get in?
Right. That's how you do it. You see a whole bunch of other people gather in black and white, then you make sure you carry a tuxedo shirt and a bow tie and black slacks. That's how you do
I
it.
can do that.
Always keep it neutral.
Yep. All black. All black.
Sound like James Bond.
Get right on the end. I'm telling you, that's how it works.
Let's be.
But when they ask what your name is, you can't give them your real name. You got to come up with your club name.
It's gonna be Dante.
You look like a Dante, so I wouldn't.
Right, I can pull it off. And be like, sir, they gonna call the police on me. They're like, sir, what's your name? Dante Wells. I lost my ID.
So, I have another question. What do you guys think it would take for us to do our own Met Gala here in Columbia?
Participation.
And do you think it could happen?
I honestly think it could because, Charleston, they have Fashion Week. So, and I think there's actually a few designers in Columbia. Or you can go outside of Columbia. So it's just getting the place to have it at and getting your photographers and actually getting persons with strong names to bring a crowd in. I think it's possible. Have food, I'm there.
Have drinks, I'm there.
I was gonna say,
don't charge too much, but yeah.
Right.
I would go. I think it would have to be a concerted effort between a lot of groups of people because the art museum has a art show. It's a fashion show. I forget what time of year it is, but they well, I don't know if it's the theme of that year or if it's the what they always do, but it was to take recycled items.
I've seen that.
And then remake them into something, and then they walk the runway. They have their models to walk and show off their work.
Runway or something like that?
Yeah.
I've actually I knew someone that actually participated in that.
No.
Carla Cox did that.
Really? I saw. I went there one year. And we got really lit. me and one of my best friends, and we were sitting there, and it was a bunch of older people around us, and we were having the drinks, and people would walk out. We were like, yeah, yeah. It was like we were doing the utmost, and the ladies beside us, we thought we were being extra, and they were like, no, that's how we feel too. We're just quiet and white, so we can't say it. I said, oh, but it was really fun. Like, it was cool. I mean, and that's why I wonder, like, why don't we do more stuff like that? Like, you know, and they got a lot of money, like a lot of donors and stuff.
You should look into that.
I am.
You should.
He's working on something.
It's coming.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so we gotta talk about something. So, you know, we're currently fighting in South Carolina for, you know, women's rights and things like that, of course. And nationally, this came out last week with Alabama, that they passed this legislation almost restricting abortions in general. The law that they're, it's not in effect yet, thank God, but the law that they're trying would sentence a doctor for 99 years in prison if she or they, as a doctor, performed an abortion. So they would get more time in prison than the person that actually raped a person. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Like 1950.
Right. And so, you know, this is a restrictive abortion bill, so it's like a huge hot topic right now about women's rights. And I feel like the storyline always gets divided between life and like being pro-life and choice. And then each side doesn't like really want to hear the other side's point of view because it's based in religion, or it's based in this, or it's based in that, and that's just not right. But you saying, to me personally, I'll give my spiel, if you say, I believe I'm pro-life, that's a choice. So technically, you're pro-choice because you decided. What people are fighting for is having the choice to choose for themselves. That's what's different. And I think that's what people in general, not just women, but women and allies are fighting for people to have right to choose. So that's what we're fighting with now. So what do y'all think about it?
Women just have it bad. Like, it's a beautiful thing to give birth, yes. But at the same time, you also have to look at, is she ready to be a mom?
Exactly.
Because then you be out at a restaurant and then you have the screaming child and you're like looking at her and you're like, are you going to say something to your child? Then you're like, oh my gosh, she's not the best mom. So to me, I really think they should just really give those individuals that choice again. Like, here we go, trying to control somebody else's, what they're doing.
For real.
Because then it's going to trickle down to, you can't have partners.
Yep.
And then you can't have partners. And me, I mean, I'm still single, so I don't have any partners. So to me, it's just...
Put your number in there.
It's just crazy. 803 it's just, to me, it's just another way for the man to control what somebody else is doing. I mean, I think they should give him a punch card. Like, okay, you done came in here 10 times already, sweetheart. You need to go ahead and keep this one.
Right.
You're done. You don't get any more free passes.
Right.
You're done. I think those should be the cases. But I guess when you got someone coming in claiming, oh, I've been raped. So that gets that little kit at the hospital. So what are they going to do about those? Like, you know, a woman get raped and she's able to prove that, yes, this is true. They're going to give, you know.
Well, keep it. Too bad.
And then
that's crazy.
Working people are going to be the ones paying for it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And these little badass kids they're going to have, too. That their mama, granddaddy, grandma, and aunts and uncles and or the foster system have to raise.
Right. Which means that's more money that's going to be put out.
And we don't treat our foster kids well now.
No.
There's so many homeless kids and youth that it's ridiculous that we don't put money in and we don't do stuff for it. So it's like, come on, guys. Like, really? Okay.
Because every time I pay my car taxes and I see those extra little charges, I'm like, I don't have no kids.
I don't even go to school in that county.
I just wonder, like, when they were coming up with this?
You have to look at who was the geniuses behind this.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Who came up with this?
And it
Why
might not,
would you come up with this?
it might not even be men that came up with it. It could have been women that actually came up with it. So, because there's a lot of pro-life women, and they feel that the same way. They just happen to be all men that voted for it. And there were 2 women, apparently, in that vote, or at least in that room when they were talking about it. So, I mean, I want to know, too.
Mm-hmm. Because, like you said, you have to think about those mothers that are not ready to be mothers.
Mm-hmm.
Those women that are not ready to be mothers. What about the woman that still wants to go to the club every night or every weekend and partying, but you got a newborn baby at home and no way to send your baby so you can go to the club?
Those are the ones that need a punch card. Like I said, they need a punch card to say, okay, sweetheart, no, you're not.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're going to have to woman up.
Right, yeah.
But then again, it's not just the woman. It's the one who helps fertilize that egg.
Exactly.
That has a big thing to do with it too. So, but to take someone's rights away, to me, is just crazy.
I and like there's 3 different points that I have, and I probably won't remember the second or third. But either way, if the women have to have the kids and they have to go through their full-term pregnancy, then there should be a law also to say the man that got them pregnant has to be there for the rest of that child's life as well, or their mandatory child support or whatever it is, because it ties the mom down. She has this kid now, and she has to figure out her life has changed. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of the guys, they just walk off anyway.
Free will.
Because it's okay for the guys. They just, plow the garden, plow the seed, and then keep moving. And that's not right. That's not fair either. And then now women have to raise kids while they're in school and stuff. Not saying that they can't do it, but that's an extra hurdle that they have to deal with. But another point, though, is I heard Whoopi say on The View the other day about we started, abortions became legalized in a sense because of, Roe v. Wade things. Because people were getting these back alley abortions and going through these houses, going to their random people that they didn't know, getting these unsanctioned abortions, and women were dying across the board. Kids were dying as well. It was crazy. Or people were sterilized and stuff, or it was just ridiculous. And so to stop the death, which Alabama has a really high infant mortality rate, to stop all of that, that's why the abortions became legalized. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really bad, the situation that we're in. Hopefully that bill is taken to their Supreme Court or even higher. The fear is, my third point, that it may be, it's a possibility of it overturning Roe v. Wade. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, that's just ridiculous. But we're trying to do that here. There's always an abortion bill or some life bill, something ever, even in South Carolina law.
Mm-hmm. South Carolina need to take care of the teachers first before they start taking care
of
them.
Okay. These kids gonna be
trying
teaching
to
themselves.
control somebody what they do in their bedroom.
Yeah.
Or back seat.
Not the back seat. Not the back seat, Jesus. How many?
Allegedly, that's what I heard of some girls.
What is they prom night babies?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. But y'all remember when we were coming along? I know y'all are probably not as old as I am.
I'm
but
only 28.
Me too. And
I'm not gonna say that age.
But y'all remember the girls having the babies in the bathrooms? That happened at somebody's school around here. I don't remember what school it was. It's probably in walking distance though. But somebody had a baby, and I feel like
it's across the street.
I don't know. Nobody
Allegedly,
knows.
I heard.
Allegedly, but the newspaper said.
Right.
But this is the reason. One, we do not teach comprehensive sex education.
No.
For one, we talk about abstinence only. So
that's what I do.
Right, abstinence only. That's the only way we can live and thrive. But at some point, you're supposed to get married and have kids with some guy you don't like. Mm-hmm. So, but the problem is we don't teach these things in high school. We don't want to talk to young girls and boys about proper condom use, or this is what some guys like and some this, that, and the third. we don't want to talk about those conversations anymore because it's awkward.
Mm-hmm.
And then these girls get pregnant because all they've been told was don't do it. And kids, for some reason, when you tell them not to do something, they're
going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go try it. So
I remember when I was in sex ed class, the most we ever talked about was sexuality, STDs, and that's about it.
mine
Those are the main two topics that we talked about.
No, see, mine said, well, he was one of our coaches, the volleyball coach or something. He said, I like having sex with my wife, sometimes in the shower. And we're sitting in the 6th grade class going, what in the hell is this man saying? This is gross. And that's all we got. And then in multiple classes after that, because we had to take it for so many years, they were telling us about proper hygiene and stuff like that. It was mainly about hygiene, but they never even would say keep your balls clean. I don't understand why they wouldn't say that. But they wouldn't tell the young boys that. They wouldn't tell girls how to take care of themselves and feminine. What was the point of it?
Mm-hmm.
But they'll be quick to show pictures.
Mm-hmm.
These horrible, gruesome, STD-ridden pictures. And like as an agency, I don't even like really doing that either because you show this nasty picture. Oh, this is what gonorrhea looks like, and this blah blah blah, and this is your orifice and your penis and your rectal and all. Okay, and then the kids go, "Oh, that's gross." That doesn't make them use condoms.
Right.
They're not that grossed out. Even when it's on them, dripping out, pussing out, clapping out, they still don't feel the need to go, "Oh, I should wear a condom."
Because half of them ain't paying attention anyway.
No, no, and I mean, like, it's just ridiculous. Like, we have to reform our comprehensive sex education. We have to reform education in general, and and then we might not have these problems downstream.
So instead, they just say, you know what? We'll just take your rights, and you're just gonna have that baby.
Just figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that'll make the girls practice abstinence.
Right.
I try.
Right. Not when you got a really cute guy, you're like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. Look how look how his sag his pants. You could, perfect father.
Shoot,
At least that's what I looked at.
They're gonna start putting that in their Tinder profiles.
Right.
My pullout game is on fleek. My pullout game is on point. And the girl's like, yes, him.
Right. Right. Then you got Mr. GQ, and they're like, boring.
You're like looking at him like, he might get you pregnant, girl. You need to leave him alone. You need to leave him alone. You're like, he'll leave you in by yourself.
You know, that's the first thing they say when they see a really cute guy that's clean cut, got his stuff together, that he. How you doing?
True.
Do you think this will make them practice safe sex though?
If they don't do it now, they won't do it then.
And
if they don't do it then, they won't do it now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like abortion isn't anything new.
Right.
You know, like back in the day, people were using wired hangers and falling downstairs and drinking alcohol, knowing that they were pregnant. Like women were abusing themselves to make sure that they lost their babies, so that they did not want, for whatever reason that might be. And so it's like, we're going to go back to that? Is that what we're really going to go back to? No. It's scary. It's scary to me.
It is. It's like, what's going to be next?
Right.
What do y'all have coming next for us?
What rights are we going to take away next?
Drinking.
Every man should get a vasectomy.
I heard somebody laugh. Somebody was like, No, I mean, that way the government's going to it's getting so crazy, the government might move to a point later. What they're going to do, they're going to tell young men, okay, everybody got to go to the clinic, you got to drop off your little sample, and we're going to keep it. Then you got to go get a vasectomy. And then the government going to start saying, all right, ma'am, you can have this sample. That's how it's going to come. You know, y'all keep playing. It's going to be Handmaid's Tale. Watch. It's going to be Handmaid's Tale. I'm going to be tied to a bed having all this.
I didn't see that movie either.
It's a series on, what is that, Hulu.
What's the name of it?
Handmaid's Tale.
Somebody was telling me about this show.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. Oh my gosh. They basically they move to, it's America, but they get to a point where women have no rights at all. They have so what happens is across the world, something happened where everybody stopped being fertile, and only a small subset of the population could still have kids. And so the women that were fertile and could have kids, they were making them handmaids. And so they would have all these different ceremonies. They'd tie the woman down to the bed, and the man would come in. He'd have a wife. The woman would hold the handmaid down, and the guy would come in and ejaculate in her to have the baby. That's all her job was to have the baby. And they would just try as much as they could. It was so gross, and they would get beat. They were just slaves. Everybody was slaves. They didn't care. Keep on.
I can see that.
Y'all gotta
happening.
watch it.
It might happen.
It's scary.
Yeah. Well, ladies, young girls, close your legs to married men.
Shut up!
As they say, put a quarter between your knees.
The married men might be the one to take care of the babies.
Yeah, you're right. They just pay them off.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you see what, America's doing? Might want to close your legs now.
Mm-hmm.
Or get out and vote.
Get out and vote.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Don't
vote.
leave it up for the next person.
Right.
You have
Right.
to do it yourself.
Yeah. Or somebody, they'll take care of it. I know they're not going to let this pass. No, if you are not down there voting and or at the Capitol, the state houses, voting for your rights and showing up for your rights, then people are going to choose for you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You don't want that.
Exactly.
Take a chair, take a lunch,
Mm-hmm.
take some drinks,
And go.
and go.
I believe it.
That's what I do.
So, I guess we'll be right back after this. We'll give you some more information. I think we have a special guest today, right?
We do. We have the rapper Young Marley.
What?
An exclusive interview coming up next.
Oh, sure.
All right.
Welcome back to the Spotlight. We're here to do an exclusive interview with Aiken's rapper Young Marley.
All right, come on down, sir. How you doing?
Good. Oh, it's on
Good,
now.
good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Young Marley. Yeah. The last Marley.
You got it.
Okay. Oh, it's on now. Yeah. 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 Oh, it's on now. Oh, it's on now.
And sampling. We give them a sample. We give y'all a little sample. A little sample.
So, Young Marley, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, let's see. I'm born and raised Aiken, South Carolina. 27 years old. I've been doing music about a good 10 years, I would say. Good 10 years. Solid. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So give us an idea, like, how you started. Like, what was that like? What was the process? What's your process?
Really a bunch of my friends in high school, we all started together. Back in high school, we used to have a squad called Burn Squad. And really it wasn't even on no music shit, right? Like off top, it wasn't even really on music. It was really, we was known because we used to always smoke or whatever. We used to always get together and smoke, even back in high school. And it got to the point where like even the teachers and everybody knew about Burn Squad or whatever. Like by the time my senior year, like everybody knew Burn Squad, and then like the music just came along with it. We just started messing with recording. Really, me and my brother started recording first, and then we just let our friends started hopping on tracks, and that's when it got bigger or whatever.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Now, I was reading in your bio that you attended Midlands.
I went to Midlands Tech right here in Columbia, South Carolina. Yep, I majored in business marketing.
Oh, okay. So you got your stuff together.
Yeah.
You market
So it all kind of, what I'm doing right now, kind of all go together with what I've been doing or whatever.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of piggyback on that, I've seen a lot of people, especially artists and young business professionals, that have no marketing sense at all.
I'm still learning, trying to get the promo right, but I know a little bit of stuff or whatever. Like as far as like a couple of my projects I've done, like I've actually made my own like cover art and this and that. Like I try to be a lot more hands-on with my stuff personally.
Cool.
That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. So we saw something else in your bio. You're into sports. What kind of sports?
Yes, that was definitely my first love, sports. Growing up, I played just about everything. You know what I'm saying? I used to play soccer, baseball, basketball, football. Got older, mainly just basketball. When I got to high school, I wouldn't. Nothing personal in my school, but I ain't really like the way they set up.
What's the name of the school?
I was okay. Shout out to South Aiken High School.
Hey,
you know,
South
I'm
Aiken.
thoroughbred all day. But you know what I'm saying? As far as basketball, I didn't like. No football. I didn't like how they had tryouts. Like really, they didn't even have tryouts. It's like you go to the summer workout and you on the team or whatever, and then like it was a lot of people on the team that I didn't really respect their skill, but I was like, you don't play football or whatever. Like it was a bunch of scrubs on the team or whatever. Like they didn't have a way to pick a good team or whatever. So
Dang.
you know what I'm saying? I kind of fell off from that. I played basketball. My ninth grade year, I just played B team, and then like which is like the lowest level. They got B team, JV, and then varsity. I played B team, but like by the end of my B team season, like I was already practicing with the varsity team or whatever. Then that summer I started playing varsity, and from then on I was varsity. I skipped JV and this and that, and like
You talking about in football?
nah, basketball.
In basketball.
It's all
Okay. I was about to
basketball,
ask you, what position did you play?
I really played. I played point guard, but really, I was more of a shooting guard or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They always put like the shortest person.
Okay,
that's
that's what I was asking.
whatever. Always just about whatever. You always gonna play point guard or whatever. But I used to always love shooting threes or whatever. That was my thing, shooting threes or whatever. I wasn't much of a passer or a pure point guard or whatever. I used to like to shoot threes a lot.
Hey, did you make these threes?
Oh yeah. That was me. That was my thing.
That was
shooting
my
threes.
problem. I tried out and I got on the team, but I couldn't make none of the 2 or 3 pointers. And I stood there and I was too slow, and they said, "No, you can't stay on the team." That's what happened. I made my mama
love
proud.
basketball. I love basketball.
That's what's up. Okay.
What's your favorite team?
I really don't have a favorite team. Like I love like following stats and following individual players. So like I don't really stick to a certain team. Like I know a lot about a lot of different players. Then like my favorite player though back in the day was Allen Iverson. That was definitely my favorite player. Anytime I played or whatever, that was always my basketball number 3 because of AI. I used to have braids. I used to always have the AI braids, just different kind of styles or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But and then after he retired, it's been LeBron. It's been LeBron. That's been my boy since. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been a team fan. Never been a Cavs fan. This and that. It's just personal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, switching gears back to your music, because I know that's what we're trying to get out there and trying to make sure that, one, people know who you are and what you do and your product. But give us a little background, too, about your music. Like, what is your music? What do you do?
Okay, really? All right, my genre is hip-hop. Maybe a little pop, I try to do a little bit of everything, really. Yeah, I try to mix it up everything. I would say my last project I did, the last Marley 2, like, it got a little bit of everything in there, you know what I'm saying? I got a song for the club, got some slow stuff, I got some turn up stuff, I got a little bit of everything on there, try to do it all. And then me personally, I like all music, you know what I'm saying? I can listen to whatever, you know what I'm saying? As long as it sounds good, I can listen to whatever.
I understand what. I get it.
Yeah. Now, I know you just released your second solo album.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us about the process with making the album.
How was the name of it?
All right. My second solo project is called The Last Marley 2. I did the first Last Marley last year. That was just a quick 5-minute EP, you know what I'm saying? Me and my homeboy put together. Shout out my homeboy, Ayo Snoop. He from Augusta, Georgia. Whatever. We put that together in like 2 weeks or something real quick or whatever. This project right here, it took me I'd say a solid about 8 months of recording or whatever. It got 14 songs total. It's like 42 minutes long, whatever. But it got a little bit of everything on it. I would say it do got some personal stuff on there, like what I've been going through at times or whatever, this and that. You know what I'm saying, some female problem, this and that, some problems with friends, this and that, a little bit of everything on them. I would say, yeah, it's definitely got some personal stuff on there, you know what I'm saying? That's why I really, you know what I'm saying, I'm rocking with it, I'm grinding with it.
So how many albums do you have, like, out?
Out on all platforms, I got 3 projects out. Me and my brother did an album last year as well called C2. Alright, C2, alright, I go by Young Marley C2. My brother goes by C2 Baby. Alright, his first name is Chris. My first name is Casey. So originally that's how C2 came along. Okay. Our initial CC.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And also it can go individually because our last name's Craig. So it could go CC or CC individually. So we both go by C. I go by C2, you know what I'm saying? When I'm by myself, he go by C2, this and that. They see us together as C2 or whatever.
Makes it easy.
Oh, yeah. But as far as with the Young Marley, that's why I always add the C2. It's always Young Marley C2. Some people forget that, but I always try to include that as Young Marley C2.
Young Marley C2.
Now, where did the Young Marley come from?
Young Marley came from, obviously, well, my stepdad, he's a big Bob Marley fan or whatever. That's really how I listened to the actual music or whatever, and then I actually did, you know what I'm saying, listen to some Bob Marley or whatever, just not no fake shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying. I do listen to some of his music or whatever, but just the appearance, you know what I'm saying, my long locks, it kind of like fit in, and then my love for marijuana. You know what I'm saying? I've been smoking since I was about 16 years old, and
Don't count.
It is what it is. I mean,
you ain't gonna lose 60-year-olds out this moment. No,
especially nowadays.
I feel like, hey, within the next, like, hopefully it won't take that long, but within the next 5 to 10 years, it's gonna be legal everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's getting there.
It's getting there. Yeah.
So can you talk to us about your collaborations with C-Star? That's another C.
Yeah. C-Star, my homeboy Cordero. I met him. The first job I ever had was at Kroger. I was 15 years old. That's where I met him at. He was already working there, and then I found out he had we lived kind of close together or whatever. So working together and living close together, you know what I'm saying, we got cool or whatever. Then I found out he did music too or whatever. So that was it right there, you know what I'm saying? We worked together, lived close together, did music or whatever, and he smoked too at the time or whatever. He don't smoke like he used to, you know what I'm saying? Boy, got a family now, this and that. But I can't lie, that's how I learned how to roll with C-Star, my homeboy C-Star. not even him like teaching me personally, you know what I'm saying? We used to, you know what I'm saying, always just be riding around the city, and I'm in the passenger side, and he just like, yo, roll up, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of just, that's how I really taught myself or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, we go way back, you know what I'm saying? So that's a good 12 years right there, you know what I'm saying? It's been my homeboy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, on your latest project, the
Last Marley 2.
Marley 2. I was like adding real name and then the title name altogether. Mm-hmm. Anyways, on this project, what's your favorite song, and what was the most difficult song to record?
My favorite song? It might be a tie between the song I got called Party, Good Vibes, or whatever. It's a good turn up party song or whatever. Then I got another song called Good Gas. That's another one of my favorite songs or whatever. Obviously the content in it. That's probably my 2 favorites or whatever. The hardest songs I recorded was called Fake Love, and that's featuring my homeboy Rad Bluebills or whatever, because not really the most difficult to record, but every time I hear that song, I feel that shit, you know what I'm saying? I feel it got some real stuff on there, you know what I'm saying? So
So that's one of the personal ones.
Yeah, that's one of the personal ones. That's track 3 called Fake Love on the last Marley 2. It's on all platforms. Anything you can download music on, it's on there.
That was my follow-up question. I was about to ask you, where can we find you?
Yeah, alright. You can find it. It's on anything you can download music on. I even got it on my mixtapes. Spinrilla, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? If you got the real stuff, it's on Apple, it's on Tidal, Google Play. Tidal, Google Play, Amazon, all that. Anything you get music on, it's on there. The Last Marley 2, Young Marley C2.
Okay. Now, I see you have some C2 shirts here.
Yeah. I brought these 3 colors that we got right now.
And these are gifts, or
matter of fact, yeah. Matter of fact, yeah.
I'll wear.
Well, I got 3 large. If y'all want, I don't know what size y'all wear. If y'all can fit large, but you know what I'm saying. I got 3 colors or whatever, and this just our C2 logo or whatever.
Hey.
Okay.
Now,
if they wanted to order,
them, they gotta contact me. Find me on Facebook, KCC2, or find me on Instagram, YoungMarley_C2. Hit my inbox. If I need to ship it, I can ship it, but Osama, Aiken, Columbia, Augusta. That's my 3-city rotation right there.
Okay. So, do you have any gigs, anything coming up? Concerts? What's going on?
Nothing right now. Right now I'm just trying to get right with my promotion and stuff. For you know what I'm saying, still grinding. I just got the shirts last week or whatever, so really pushing that hard or whatever. Okay. Just trying to really grind with the promotion or whatever, pick up shows whenever. Yeah.
We'll be making some plans for a show.
Stay tuned for that.
In mind, yeah.
We appreciate you for coming too.
Yeah, for the shirts I got white, red, and I got black. You know what I'm saying? If y'all need it, I got a sizes small, medium, large, extra large. They're going for $15. So if y'all need it, hit me up. Like I said, y'all find me on anything. The Last Marley 2 is out, all platforms. Find me on Instagram, YoungMarley_C2, Twitter, YoungMarleyC2. Snapchat, YoungMarleyC2.
Don't follow on Snapchat. Snapchat.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me though.
Of course, it's what we do. And this is the point of our show, to make sure that young artists, or just artists in general, get a platform so they can put out their materials and put out their work, and so that I know you work so hard on. So we appreciate you for being here today.
No problem.
Definitely.
All right, y'all stay tuned for more of the Spotlight. What's up, everybody? We're back with the Spotlight. We want to give a special shout out to our special guest from this episode, Anaya Devore and Young Marley C2. We want to thank y'all for coming out, making time in your busy schedules. We want to continue to thank our supporters for always supporting us and continuing with us throughout this first season. Remember to comment below on all of the hot topics in order to get a shout out on the very next episode.
Yes. And like and subscribe. And subscribe to all the videos and stuff. We will have some videos posted into YouTube very soon. We're going to have our own YouTube channel. So look out for that. We will be posting that in the Facebook group as well. And also give a huge thank out. I don't know. Anyway, you get it. We're thanking them a lot. That's what that means. To the Right Wellness Center, they have been so gracious in letting us use their beautiful building to film, to shoot, to have events, to have gatherings. And so we're really appreciative. They are a test and treat facility for HIV and other STDs. And so if you need to get checked out for free, call us. Let us know. And they will definitely take care of you. So shout out. Thank you.
Yeah. And make sure you guys go back and look at our previous episodes, and make sure you check out our featured artists, Templeton Maestro, Doobie Music, and C-Star Legacy. Stay tuned for more with the Spotlight.